rock and roll lifestyle?
I've kind of dialed it back a few notches because I started going, okay, I feel like crap.
What were you afraid of?
I was concerned about that he was going to burn in hell.
I did not come to play, I came to slay. Welcome, RuPaul.
A chair. Everybody is welcome at the RuPaul show. We're having some fun, y'all. We're in the middle of our 3-week summer test run from New York to San Francisco to Charlotte, North Carolina. Everybody say love. That's right. We can't get enough of this love. I saw y'all on the runway. Oh, you know. So it's time for my slay of the day, and this time there were so many good ones. I had to pick two. I had to pick two, and they are that beautiful man right there, Victor Mature, right, you, and then next to Disco Jesus right there, her right there. Yes, child. Come down here. Yeah, and you too. Yeah. Come down here. Come here. Come on over here. What's your name? Where are you from?
Monica from Miami, Florida.
From Miami, Florida. Okay. And what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Zach, and I'm from St. Louis.
Zach from St. Louis. You guys both slayed the runway so fabulously. Where did you learn how to do that?
I dance.
You're a dancer.
Yes.
And what about you?
I'm a dancer.
Both dancers. Well, you guys are going to slay the runway down here together, okay? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go over there, and I'm going to tell you when, all right? Yeah. Go right there at the top of the stage and hit it. Go on. Fabulous. Hi, Roz. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, honey.
Come on, turtleneck.
We did it again.
We did it again.
Yeah.
Simpatico.
That's it, baby.
You know.
I almost didn't see you there.
Well, y'all, we have a really big show today. We have one of my favorite all-time singers ever. He is brilliant. He channels Queen like a champion. Please welcome Adam Lambert. Because I wanted to wear something special for him, and Natasha is my witness. I almost wore these same shoes. I swear.
And I said, I was like, as I put this outfit on, my boyfriend's like, it's the perfect RuPaul outfit.
Yeah.
She probably has every piece.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because I want to dress up for you. I know you are a fashionista.
Same.
Where did you get that? Your mom or your dad?
I thought you meant the jacket.
Just the aesthetic. The aesthetic.
I think more mom.
Mom.
Dad's like Birkenstocks, Grateful Dead, tie-dye T-shirts.
Yeah.
Mom's like Jewish American princess from Jersey.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So she is always done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're from San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm from San Diego.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What high school did you go to?
Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel.
Yes.
I dropped out of several high schools in San Diego, but it's a beautiful town. When did you leave there?
I was 19. I dropped out of college.
You did?
I went for about 5 weeks. I lasted 5 weeks in Orange County.
Good for you.
5 weeks, yeah. And then
What were you studying?
Musical theater.
Musical theater, darling.
Yes, darling.
Now, that's right up Michelle's alley. And did you come out of the womb singing those high notes?
I was colicky, Mom said. Yeah, I was a screamer.
Screamer.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing?
No.
Well, you made me want to listen to music again. You know that?
Aw.
You really did.
Oh, thank you.
You were so fabulous. And you have a new album.
I do.
Do you know when it's coming out?
We don't have a date yet. It's called Velvet.
Ooh.
Yes.
Remind you of
Yes.
anything?
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're soaking in it.
Yes.
And I know, I've asked you this before. Now, you've worked with Max Martin, you've worked with Queen, you've worked with all of these great people. Who's on this new album? Who's producing?
You know, it's kind of, it's not like a big superstar name-ringing kind of situation. It's friends, people that I've met over the last 10 years that I respect.
Yeah.
A lot of queer writers as well that I teamed up with, more than ever, I think. More female writers than ever.
Justin Tranter?
Justin's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Justin didn't write on this album, but we talked about it. I played songs for him, got some advice from him.
Yeah.
So I kind of took matters a little bit more into my own hands on this one.
You know, because on the first album, For Your Pleasure, it's For Your Entertainment.
I love that, though.
What is For Your Pleasure?
Pleasure.
Oh my goodness. I think that's a condom, isn't it? Yeah. Or no, For Her Pleasure.
Rib.
Yeah.
Ribs.
Yeah, that's your next album.
Okay, ribs. Adam's ribs.
Adam's
Yeah.
So on the first album, you're hitting notes like Freddie Mercury.
Aw.
Did you know then that you were going to move on and tour with Queen?
I had no idea. No, I mean, I chose Bohemian Rhapsody as my audition song on Idol, and then they came onto the finale and we performed together, and it was, it felt like there was something resonating, there was something in the air, there was a look that we were exchanging. But it wasn't until after my first tour, first album, that whole cycle was done.
Yeah.
Then they called and said, hey, we got some opportunities.
Yeah. And how long have you been touring with Queen?
It's been like 7 years since we first started working
Really?
together. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe 8. I don't know.
Do you feel like you embody Freddie Mercury? Do you feel like he comes through your body?
I have had moments where there's been strange kind of goosebumps and synchronicities and all. I've had like weird out-of-body moments with them. I definitely have. I think it would be presumptuous for me to be like, I'm channeling Freddie at all times, but I feel a presence in moments for sure.
Of the catalog, of the Queen catalog, which is the hardest song to sing? The most challenging song? I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody is really...
That's a big one, yeah. Who Wants to Live Forever is a big sing.
Yeah.
Show Must Go On's the killer.
Oh, yes.
That doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, how do you take care of your voice on the road like that?
Denial.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, that works. That works.
I mean, water, sleep.
Do you do vocal rest?
If I need to, I'll be silent for a day if I need to. I try to warm up. And then when all else fails, a shot of tequila, you know?
Yeah, well, that's...
Rock and roll.
That is rock and roll. Do you live the rock and roll lifestyle?
Not quite as much as I was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I've kind of dialed it back a few notches because I'd started going, okay, I feel like crap, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. It takes its toll, you know?
Yeah.
So the new album is called Velvet. There's a single out. What's it called?
It's called New Eyes.
New Eyes. Do you have new eyes?
I have a new boo.
I read about that.
Yes, and that's why I chose this song as my first single, is because I thought, there's lots of different vibes on this album. There's songs that are more up-tempo, more like bangers. But this guy makes me feel romantic, and I wanted to sing a pretty song about love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you would choose to do that, because your last relationship was a very public relationship, and the breakup was very public. Did you have second thoughts about sharing it with the public?
We're in the social media age, which is like everything is bound to be out. I think the more you keep things a secret, the more salacious it is when it does come out. So I just kind of wanted to say, this is my boo. We're in love. We're happy. Thanks. And that's that.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
On Instagram.
You met on Instagram?
We met on Instagram.
Aren't you scared of meeting freaks on Instagram?
I love meeting freaks on Instagram.
But, I mean, listen, you're a celebrity. You're very successful. Do you have second thoughts about doing that?
I think after this much time, I'm a pretty good judge of character. I mean, every once in a while I screw up, but I'm cautious. I take time, and we were texting for a while, then we went on a proper date.
He lives here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and it was lovely. It was just a good vibe right from jump, and it felt instant.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Hey, we've got more Adam Lambert after the break. Stay right there.
So, can we talk about dating? And I was like, and I knew it was coming.
Yes.
I knew I was like, my shoulders were up in my ears.
No.
And like,
It's time to name that queen.
Adam Lambert is here. We're talking about clothes and the fact that I almost wore those. In fact, can you bring my boots out here, Natasha? These I was gonna wear. These are my black boots that I was going to wear these.
Same shoe.
Same shoe. How about that? That is so
hilarious.
crazy.
And I have those.
And you have these ones here, too.
I mean, what size are you?
I'm a 12.
Well,
What size are you?
an 11.
We can work.
I like a little extra room.
You know what's funny about all these clothes, and I know you buy a lot of clothes. I wear them once or twice, but there aren't many other people who I could share clothes with, except so, or who would be willing to wear something as crazy like this. Other than you.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. So let's exchange numbers.
Yes.
We could do like a book club with the closet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's perfect.
It's true. It's so funny, and because I love clothes. We talked about your mom and that you probably got your sense of style from your mom.
Definitely from mom. Yeah.
And your mom is the one who pulled you out of the closet?
She did.
Really?
She did. We saw like a speech and debate tournament that my brother was a part of, and one of the dramatic pieces was about a young man struggling with his sexuality, and then his parents kick him out of the house, and he goes down like a bad spiral. So I think that kind of planted this seed of terror in her mind, because she hadn't yet had the discussion with me.
Yeah.
I was about 18, we were driving home from it, and she goes, so can we talk about dating? And I was like, and I knew it was coming.
Yes.
I knew, I was like, my shoulders were up in my
Oh,
ears. I'm like
no.
driving the car. She goes, so do you have a girlfriend? And I said, nope.
No?
Do you want one?
Yeah.
Nope. And she goes, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, nope. Do you want one? Yep.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
that was it, And the door was flung wide open, and I said, well, why didn't you ask me this like 5 years ago? And she goes, well, I asked for some advice. I went to the Gay and Lesbian Center in San Diego, and I asked them what to do, and they said, wait until he comes to you.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's just give a big round of applause to your mother.
Yeah.
Because, the idea of having a child and then rejecting that child because of how it comes out is so weird to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that when parents do break that mold and are accepting and loving and doing, by the way, what a parent should be doing, which is loving their child and nurturing their child.
No matter what.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
And what's your relationship with her like now?
Oh, she's my mom, but she's also one of my best friends. Like, we talk about everything. There's no filter.
Yeah.
Sometimes there probably should be. But she's great. And my dad is super supportive, too.
Are they still together?
No, they're not together. But when that happened, when the outing happened, after about an hour of like, remember this one time, remember that? Yeah, that was the guy that I had a crush on. All of those stories came out. And I said, well, I have to call Dad and my brother.
Yeah.
She said, okay. And I called my dad and I said, hey, I got to tell you something. Mom and I have been sitting here talking. I'm gay. And he goes, yeah, I know that. And I was like, well, but, do you have anything to ask me? He's like, nah, Adam, we figured this out years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting because imagine a world where children are allowed to be whatever they want to be. How much quicker they can reach the goals and live their best life without having to, have to worry about whether they're going to upset their parents.
Yeah, because all that shame is so heavy.
Oh, my goodness.
It can be so heavy, and it can get in the way of everything.
Yeah, and your mom was right about the kid you were talking about who had gone down that road.
Yeah.
That's exactly what could happen. She's very smart about that.
Yeah.
Now, how do you navigate fame? Because, with the reality show and in our other show, all these kids come through our show and they're instantly famous. How were you able to navigate fame, overnight success like that?
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was super strange and surreal, and in some ways was awesome and exciting. And, it was a good thing that I was about 27 when I auditioned for Idol.
Oh, you were that old?
Yeah, I was at the end of the
I just think of him as a really young kid.
Hey, well, thanks. No, I was at the end of the spectrum, and that was the best thing.
What does that mean? That they stopped taking people?
The age, it's like 27 is the cutoff. Yeah.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So it was good because I had nearly a decade in Los Angeles, living a real, authentic life, being gay as hell and having a great time and creating and making music and theater and all that. So by the time Idol happened, I felt like I was somewhat prepared to take the next step.
Did you see a therapist?
A few times, yes.
Several many
yes,
times.
Yes.
Because I would think, and I think this for all reality people who come through reality shows, there should be an organization or a clinic for newly famous people to say, okay, this, what to expect
I agree.
when you become famous overnight,
Yeah.
you know? There
Yeah.
should be. Is there anything like, anybody know of anything like
No, there
that?
should be. You're exactly right. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's no handbook.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, especially being a queer celebrity, which 10 years ago was like being in the mainstream culture as a queer celebrity was sort of a novelty. I mean,
You see, I
you've
wouldn't know anything about
No,
that.
no,
Yeah.
no. How did you deal with it?
Well, you know, it's breathe, laugh, repeat. Breathe, laugh, repeat. You take it one day at a time. But,
Yeah.
you know, I'm from San Diego. I was always an oddball. So even with social media, that, and all the criticism you get from social media, that never bothered me either because of, you know, where I come from,
Right.
which is, I know that I'm God's property, baby, and ain't nothing gonna change that.
Yes.
Nothing gonna change that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So now you've done so much, and I heard that you had a small cameo in the Freddie Mercury movie.
I did, yeah.
Where can we find you in there?
I am the trucker that is cruising Freddie at the truck stop while he's on the payphone to his wife.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Did you choose the role? Or do they choose it
They
for you?
chose it for me.
Uh-huh.
I said, cool.
Yes.
I can do that.
How did you prepare for the role?
I'm not going to answer that on public
No,
television.
no. Adam is going to stick around. We'll be right back.
I was coming out my whole life. I came out the first time in 4th grade.
Hold up.
Yes. No,
okay,
no.
how do you
No, no.
come out in 4th grade?
Well, you have a Bugs Bunny journal.
Now, I love this story. Sarah felt like she failed as a mother when her son Parker revealed he was gay. After years of struggling to accept him, she agreed to go to a gay pride parade in 2014, and that changed everything. Come on out here, Sarah and Parker. Gorgeous, sit down.
Thank you.
What a cute haircut.
Thank you. Parker cuts my hair.
Are you a hairdresser?
I did for 13 years before things started blowing up for us, so yeah.
So now tell me about this. Now you sort of rejected the idea of your son being gay. How'd you find out that he was gay?
He told me.
Okay.
He spent his whole life coming out to me. But when he turned 21, he said, Mom, I met someone, and I need you to be okay about it.
Yeah. How did you meet this person?
It was just through friends and
Yeah.
And but I had had a few relationships here and there before, but I mean we had never come to terms with it, so it kind of pushed me a little further to give her the ultimatum of you get to be in my life 100%,
That's
or
right.
I have to go live my own life 100%, and that was kind of the pivotal moment. Yeah.
I love it. Had you planned on living the rest of your life not saying anything? Was there a point where?
Oh, I think a lot of LGBT people and any conservative area kind of have that alternate reality in
Sure.
mind of I could.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be living, but I could.
Yeah. And Sarah, so now, what was your first reaction?
Well, I didn't take the news very well. I said some things and acted in ways that I regret.
So interesting because, I can't imagine being a parent. And first of all, let's just stop there. I can't imagine being a parent.
I bet you'd be a great one.
Well, I was just telling someone the other day that, George, my husband, he loves children. He loves children. Me, not so much. But, it's a lot of responsibility, and I'm a career girl, and, I don't want to be mommy dearest, so I probably would be mommy dearest, But, I can't imagine being a parent and then this human who comes through and has their own ideas, their own philosophy, their own personality. When he came out of the womb, you knew who he was immediately. You recognized him. And when was the first time you had an inkling that he was gay?
When he came down the stairs in one of my dresses and my heels.
Work! Work!
But even then, I was in complete denial.
You were in complete denial.
Yeah.
What were you afraid of?
Well, I was concerned about my idea of that he was going to burn in hell. Was my first concern. But hate crime.
The first, yeah.
Hate crimes, yeah.
Hate crimes.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, conversion therapy is still legal, sought out, and paid for. We're working very hard to pass a bill banning that.
Yeah.
But I was just concerned about his health, his well-being, his safety.
Sure.
You know, things like that.
Yeah. And so how has your relationship changed? What's come of this newfound relationship?
Well, first of all, he's alive.
Yes.
And
looking gorgeous. Yes. Whoa!
And but we worked through it. He allowed me to ask all the silly questions, and he just stayed true to himself.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful that we have a relationship now that's healthy. But it took seeing him live authentically and in healthy relationships to look past my own fear and ignorance. And I know the power of fear and ignorance, and I know the power of getting educated. And I'm just so glad.
Oh, Mama. Oh, that's good. You're good. So tell me about that turning point conversation, Parker.
Well, I mean, like she said, I was coming out my whole life. I came out the first time in 4th grade. I just knew, I mean...
Wait, hold up.
Yes.
Okay, how do you come out in 4th grade?
Well, you have a Bugs Bunny journal.
Who, by the way, Bugs Bunny is the gayest cartoon on earth.
Oh, no. And I wrote a poem in this Bugs Bunny journal. And I don't remember all the words, but I do remember the first 2 lines were, "The tiles are gray, and I am gay." And it's hilarious still, but I remember at the moment, like even the moment that I wrote it, and I showed it to my friend in the 4th grade, and they reacted weird. And from that moment on, I was like, oh, I have to get rid of this. I have to remove it. This shouldn't have been written, you know?
Yeah.
And I went home, and like an idiot, I was like, oh, I'm going to throw this away outside, which no 4th grader's like, I'm going to go outside to the dumpster to throw something away. And, you know, she, of course, asked, what are you doing? And I showed her, and... it kind of was the vomit conversation of coming out. Like, I didn't know I was coming out today, and then...
And there it was, yeah.
But, I mean, there were years she didn't even remember that happening. It was just kind of instance after instance after instance of, you know, even finding notes in high school or web search history.
Yeah.
Or,
oh, dear.
You know, just things like that where it was continuously like, how do you not know? And, but, I mean, denial is a very powerful thing.
It certainly is.
I think... When we as the LGBT community can kind of accept our own denial, I'm not saying we accept other people's, but we learn how to have those conversations about, I know I said this for so long, or I know I didn't say this for so long, but this is what we have to talk about now.
Yeah. So tell me, what happened at the Gay Pride Parade?
Well, it's my first interaction with the LGBTQ plus community.
And this is in Oklahoma City?
We stood with our son, my husband and I, stood with Parker and his friends at the Oklahoma City Pride Parade, which is not far from where we live. And it was my first interaction with a community that I just fell in love with. And I met a beautiful, spirit-filled community. And I realized how sheltered I had not only kept my own learning or education about the history of human sexuality, science and evidence and testimonies from LGBTQ plus Christians, but I needed to hear from someone who shared my faith that it's all right to search the matter out, and when you do, you get educated, and so I'm accountable to those things, and so now I'm advocating, listen, I thought if there was a time that my son was going to hell, then I fought for him like my hair was on fire. And through getting educated, I'm fighting for my son and friends like my hair is on fire because I'm accountable to what's been happening.
Oh, that is so fabulous. Now, tell me about the Free Hugs movement. You started the Free Hugs movement. What is that about?
Well, in 2014, we stood at the Pride Parade with Parker. And in 2015, I made a homemade button that said Free Mom Hugs. And I went to the Pride Festival, and with anyone who made eye contact with me, I would say, could I offer you a free mom hug or a high five? And because not everybody's a hugger, see? And from that response, I would hug them, and I wouldn't let go until they did. And I would tell them that I'm celebrating you now, and I love you, and I'm glad that you're here. And I went home that day covered from head to toe with glitter. I did. But I also went home with real horror stories in my ear. The first young woman I hugged hadn't had a hug from her mom in 4 years. There was a young couple living out of their car because they'd been kicked out of their home. And so some moms, dads, friends, and allies, we got together and started taking up collections and offering gas cards, food cards, Target gift cards for basic needs, just trying to be a loving presence in the lives of those who've been alienated from their families.
And is there an organization that if people want to send donations to this place, is there a website?
Certainly is. It's freemomhugs.org.
Yeah.
We have 48 chapters now of moms preparing to
All
go
over
to their
the United
Pride.
Over the last year.
Over the last year. And someone told me that you also will stand in for parents at weddings. At gay weddings, you will stand in as parents if the parents won't come.
Yes, I began advocating for the community.
Wow.
As I began advocating, some couples, beautiful couples, would ask if I would officiate their wedding. So I did, but in doing that, I started hearing from them parents who weren't acknowledging their relationship or refusing to come to the wedding. So out of frustration, I made a social media post that said, if your biological mom won't come to your same-gender wedding, then you call me, I'll be there.
Oh, my goodness. I just want to say this. You know what? This here is what a real Christian looks like, right here. We'll be right back after this. That is really what it's all about. We are talking with these fabulous people here. Sarah Cunningham started the Free Mom Hugs movement, which I think is so fabulous. She stands in for parents of gay children who refuse to attend their children's wedding, which is kind of weird that you would give birth to someone and then you would refuse to go to their wedding. She's impacted countless lives. A few of those people wanted to say thank you. Take a look at this.
Hey Sarah, it's Sloan with Asia SF.
I'm Valerie from Santa Rosa, California.
Hi Sarah, my name is Joe.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Castillo.
Hi, I'm Marley Castillo.
Hi, this is Tony Davis-Jones from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Hi Sarah, it's me, Blair.
Sarah Cunningham was our stand-in mom.
I think about the words that she said to me on that day every day of my life. And I'm forever grateful for her being there. It was a role that I didn't know I needed as bad as I did.
My mom passed away before I could come out to her, so I didn't get to have that mom hug moment. But I got to share that with you, and that was more impactful than you know.
All that joy that you and your fellow mothers and allies bring to the world is just the most special thing. Your hugs really made me whole.
I want to thank you so much for opening my closet door and allowing me to be a better parent to my child and also giving me more children than I thought I'd ever have.
It was such a blessing and an honor to see you, meet you, and perform for you. I appreciate you and everything that you do for our community, everything that you continue to share with us, your love, your support, your happiness, your smile.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support that you offer people on their special day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will be forever grateful.
Thank you.
We love you, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. I love you.
Oh, wow.
You didn't mess up my lashes.
How does it feel to hear all of that?
Oh, well, it's overwhelming, really, and I'm just doing something that I wish someone would have done when I was trying to figure it out. But I'm just so thankful, and it is my joy. It has been my joy.
You know, that's really what it's all about. It's about moving the conversation forward and teaching people how to navigate. And the revolution is starting one by one from the inside. And each of you people here in this audience who are watching at home, we each can do something to push the conversation forward. We don't have to be in the dark ages. No. And so many people are. So it's called freemomhugs.org. And if you want to send a donation or anything, that can help further this movement.
We work purely on donations, and it helps us. We help our transgender friends change their documents to match their identity. We help with gas cards and very practical ways to be a loving presence in the lives of those who've been alienated and separated. And we travel, we speak at schools, hospitals, wherever we can to just try to make the world safer and kinder, more loving.
That's a key word, kinder, kinder. You know, I was lucky in that I never had to come out. I was always out. And, but, you know, I had my sisters and my mother, they were all so lovely to me. They knew that Lil Ruru was a special child. And they've always supported me, always have. And I pray that everybody could have that experience, really, because we are here to experience life. And we are all God's children.
Yes, we are.
And it is important. It is very important. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this. Now
I want to spend the rest of my life with him. And I wanted to do it in a really big, special way. Demi, she was like, I got you.
Last year, Shane proposed to Rayvon in the middle of a Demi Lovato concert. The video went viral. Take a look.
I proudly say that I love you, and I want to love you and take care of you for the rest of my life. Will you marry me?
Come on out here, Shane and Rayvon. My goodness, sit down. How fabulous is that?
Oh my gosh.
How did you pull that off?
Well, that was this one. Surprised me, shook me. Shook me up.
Demi's a really good friend of ours. And so, you know, I knew I was ready for that moment. I'm like, you know what? I want to spend the rest of my life with him. And I wanted to do it in a really big, special way.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of history behind why I wanted to do it big, but Demi, she was like, I got you.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what that meant. And so the night of the concert, I was in a dressing room, and she's like, okay, so what you're going to do, I'm going to have you come from under the stage, come up on one knee. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And she made it, like, so special, and I was just so grateful. And it was just, I was terrified.
Oh, my goodness. Did you have any idea that this might be happening?
I had no idea. On the way out, he's like, you should probably change your shirt. And I'm like, okay. Well, like, he never says that. Usually I'm the one that's like, you need to change.
Yeah.
And he's like, cut your nails. I'm like, still had no inkling at all.
Well, because I thought people might be looking at his hands. I'm like, you know, I'm sure you'd want to have your nails trimmed. I don't know. You know, I've never done this before.
He said he wanted to take some pictures, and he doesn't usually like taking too many pictures. And I'm all, you know, I'm like, okay, he wants to take pictures. I'll spruce it up today.
Yeah, yeah.
Walk out the house.
Well, now, we've been talking about parents of gay children. How do your parents feel about all of this?
When I came out to my family, they were supportive and happy for us, which was a huge relief.
And Rayvon, what are your parents like? Are they accepting of the relationship?
Well, I'm from Virginia. I grew up in the South and grew up in the church. And you know how it is in the South, especially being black. It's hard for our community, and there's an issue of acceptance. And an expectation of masculinity that I feel is placed on you at a very young age. And so we're still working on my family.
Yeah.
My dad is very supportive of me. He wasn't around all the time growing up. You know, I was raised by my mom, my sister, and I.
Yeah.
A single family home. But it's definitely been a journey for me and for my family and some of my close friends to accept me and to accept, you know, us, our relationship.
Will your mom come to the wedding, Rayvon?
That I don't know. I honestly can't answer that, to tell you the truth. If I would love for her to be there and to share that moment with me and my family, but I'm not sure at this time.
Have you all set a date?
I feel like on one level we've kind of been waiting for it to become a reality where we can have all of our family members there.
Yeah. Well, Sarah has something to say to Rayvon.
Oh. Well, of course, I would hope that your mom will come around. And I would just encourage you to continue, you know, the conversation with her as long as she'll have it. Just, you know, once I was able to see Parker happy and healthy and living authentically, it allowed me to look past my own fears. But I would be honored to stand in if you ever wanted to, if I could have a conversation with your mom or anything at all. Thank you. But please know that I'm celebrating you now.
Thank you.
I didn't take the news very good either. And I know a lot of moms who had a difficult time too, but just continue to share your story with them and talk with them and allow them to, you need to listen and consider their upbringing, and you validate their fears, and then you can educate them.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's lovely of you. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to play the game that's sweeping the nation. Name that queen! It's anybody's game now.
All right, y'all, it's time to lighten it up in here. We want to play a little game we call Name That Queen! That's right, yes. Now, Adam, Michelle, and I will be competing against each other. Ross, take it away.
Okay, it's time to play the game that's sweeping the nation. Name that queen! They got it. Okay, you're going to all see a photo in the screen, and the first one to buzz in correctly and name that queen will win the point. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points will be crowned the winner and robed in royalty. Okay. It's time to name that queen. Okay, here we go. Number one, show that queen. Michelle.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, Michelle. That is correct. 1 point. Yes, there you go. We got sound effects up in here. Michelle is in the lead with one. Queen number two, show that queen. Michelle.
Queen Mary.
Michelle. That's right. Michelle in the lead with two, but it's anybody's game. Queen number three, show that queen. Rouge.
Who is Queen Latifah?
This is not Jeopardy up in here. But that's a correct answer. Michelle in the lead with two. Rue has one. Adam, come on.
Adam.
All right. Queen number four. Show that queen.
Freddie Mercury, sorry.
Michelle.
Oh, my goodness. There's something wrong with my buzzer.
Michelle, couldn't you let him have that one?
I'm sorry.
All right.
on that thing. Competition.
She is.
Michelle in the lead, 3. Rue, 1.
Yeah.
Adam, doing real bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's show queen number 5. Show that queen.
Aquarium.
Oh, my God.
Michelle, yes.
Michelle.
I told you I was going to win.
Oh, my God.
I did not come to play. I came to slay.
All right. Michelle's way ahead.
Somebody's
Okay.
gotta show them how mothers do
6.
it.
Show that queen. Adam!
Queen of Hearts.
It's anybody's game now. Okay. Michelle's really far ahead. Okay. Queen number 7. Go.
Daenerys Targaryen, queen of the dragons and
Okay.
everything. What?
Yeah, that's right. All right. So Adam and Rue each have 1. Michelle has 4 billion points.
my
Okay,
goodness.
5 points. Okay, show the next queen.
What?
Miss Vanjie.
Michelle got another point.
Oh
All right.
my goodness! I'm trying to hit my thing.
Okay.
I don't have my glasses on.
Michelle,
you do.
Can you put your hands behind your back
Yeah.
for this one? Adam and Ru, take a look at this next queen. No!
Queen Bee!
Yes, that's right.
What's happening? This is rigor mortis.
We have one queen left. Okay. Show that queen.
Yay!
Michelle, get here in the middle. You win.
Did I win?
Put this on. Wait.
I told you.
All down. Michelle. We do bow.
Thank you.
We bow.
We'll be right back after this. We'll be right back. Now, June is Pride Month, so it's been an honor to tell these stories today. Thanks to all my guests, and thank you at home for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.